Dear Thomas Bignell, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, I cannot be with you in person. However, I would like to take the opportunity to share a few words with you via this channel. Family-centered early childhood intervention is key if we want to make progress towards an inclusive society. I've been fortunate on several occasions. My parents took great care of my health and me from the moment I was born. They also lived in Germany. Admittedly, at the time, public support was far removed by any stretch of the imagination from our current idea of providing family-centered permanent support close to home. But nevertheless, there were support networks. So why is it so important to intervene early? Research shows that the first years of a child's life are crucial for their future development. At this crucial stage, we can build fundamental skills and abilities that lay the foundation for the rest of life. If we intervene early, we can identify and address potential problems before they develop into major challenges. And for this, we need parents and families. Parents and families are the most important supporters and advocates for their children. By involving them in the process and providing them with the support they need, we can increase the positive impact of early intervention. The needs and wishes of families must be central. Individualized, accessible support for children with disabilities is the most important foundation for a future independent life. The EU must actively fund it, because unfortunately it is still far too rare in the EU member states. And during my The Future is Accessible tours, I met families, especially mothers, so women from Poland or Hungary, Budapest, who would dream of such support. The promise of an ECI is a great one, but we must deliver on that now. On this panel, you talk about how they can use already existing policy and financial instruments to make ECI a reality across Europe. Let me start briefly with the policy instruments. We decided as a parliament at the end of last year that we would have an accessible youth centre. There, all best practice examples from all member states will be collected, significantly evaluated and, of course, further developed. And most importantly, the information should be disseminated to all member states. This will only work if there are corresponding mirror centers in the member states. By this, I mean that we need to shift up a gear politically when it comes to making the available information about accessibility, deinstitutionalization, individual support and housing options known everywhere. This must be the political will. This must be organized, and now we have it on the road. Secondly, the Commission is responsible for reviewing and evaluating. Secondly, the Commission is responsible for reviewing and evaluating the implementation of ECI. It can assess the various ECI providers, identify challenges or problems, and suggest necessary reforms or improvements. This includes monitoring the process of ECI, analyzing its impact and making recommendations for an accessible and efficient system. And of course, we need to talk about money. Parliament plays an important role in the allocation of EU funds. It has the power to influence budgetary decisions and to ensure that adequate funding is provided for the ECI and the related community-based quality services. This must be stated in the fund's guidelines in the same way as we have defined in the EU strategy for persons with disabilities. Furthermore, EU organizations can use its platform to raise awareness and promote the importance of ECI. It can organize debates, hearings, and public consultations. At this point, I thank you all for being here and continuing to work on this very important issue. You have just discussed it for 2 days. Our ESPD position paper identifies other key points that we must finally bring into implementation. And above all, we have to keep in touch with our fellow human beings, but of course also with the stakeholders and encourage them to participate in the ECI process. ESPD, UNICEF, and the many other committed persons here in the room are already doing a damn good job today. This interdisciplinarity is exemplary. For this and for our tireless commitment, I thank you from the bottom of my heart.